Hi, I'm DJ, and with the Switch 2 coming out, that means the Switch Senior's life cycle is kind of over. I don't think there's any huge major games coming out on the original Switch until the Switch 2 comes out. So this video is about recapping and, me talking about all the Switch 1 games that I enjoyed the most. Like it or not, the Switch had some of the best games of all time. I mean, even though the console is kind of limiting with the amount of power it's able to use, it still had some really good games. It's got every genre you need. You got racing with Mario Kart, you got party games with Mario Party, you got adventure games with like Mario Odyssey, and that's just the Mario franchise. They got like Legends of Zelda, Kirby, Splatoon, all different really good things. So as a final send-off to the Nintendo Switch, here's some of my favorite games. Mario Odyssey is one of the best games of all time. It has amazingly good platforming, amazingly good movement, and just a really, really cool concept in general. Like, I just recently replayed Mario Odyssey, and there's so many different ways you can solve any problem with the kinda open world do whatever you want format. One thing that really used to bug me about old Mario games like Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, and like Mario 64 is that once you get a star or a shine sprite or a green star, I don't know, but once you get one of the collectibles, it sends you back to the beginning of the level. And that always really annoyed me because I feel like it never really gave me time to explore and do what I would like to do. But Mario Odyssey, that's not a problem there. Once you get a moon, you're placed right back to where you left off, and you can keep exploring. I remember the first time playing Mario Odyssey, it was so cool. I had no idea where I was going in a good way, and I would just get lost and get so, immersed that I couldn't stop playing. The different levels in the game are also really, really good. Starting out in Cap Kingdom is a really good start because, it's so mysterious. You wake up and you have no idea where you are and what's happening. And then you meet Cappy, discover the main mechanic of the game, and sends you to Cascade Kingdom. And Cascade Kingdom is one of the best first levels of any Mario game ever. Well, first level, if you can really call it that. But what it does, and what every kingdom does, is it will introduce you to the main mechanic of the kingdom before actually setting you free there. For example, in Cascade Kingdom, it starts you with like a bunch of chain chomps, and you have to realize you need to pull them back and then launch them into the stones to break them, and that's exactly what you do at the boss fight with Madame Brood. You pull back the golden chain chomp to hit them in the face. And then that's not just in Cascade Kingdom. In Sand Kingdom, while you're climbing the ruins, you're constantly having to use bullet bills to get around, and that's how you're gonna defeat Knuckle Attack later in the ice boss fight. And that trend keeps going, like Gushins for the octopus guy, the uproots for the flower, the lava bubbles for the bird, the tanks for the Mecha Wiggler, and I think that's it. I don't know if I'm forgetting any. But the thing about that is that none of those captures are even needed. The one thing that sets Mario Odyssey apart from almost any other platformer is that there's infinite ways to play it. Like, you don't need to capture anything. I think the min capture world record right now is 3. I'll probably have it up on screen. But it's you can play the game exactly how you want, and you can progress how exactly you want. So you can take it out of the leisurely place, like capturing all the captures around the area and exploring it for the most part, or you can like try to speed through the game as fast as you can while avoiding every single capture available. Also, the music and the atmosphere is just so unbeatable. Like, it's so hype when you're going to like the final boss battle and there's the cutscene with like Mario opening the door, and it's just such a really good game, and it's such a really well crafted. You can tell that there was a bunch of effort put into it, and that's why it's just, honestly, in my opinion, better than a lot of the other 3D Mario games. One great thing is that it also has a lot of replayability. Like, after you beat Bowser for the last time, you can go back to, well, you go to Mushroom Kingdom, which is really cool because it's like a throwback to most other Mario games where you start in Mushroom Kingdom because you don't really start in it in Odyssey. But it's the replayability is amazing because it gives you that little bit of, oh, why don't I check this out with the moon rocks? And like you're like, after when you first play the game, they kind of don't really click, but then after that you kind of are like, hey, those are kind of interesting. Most people, they will kind of go explore Mushroom Kingdom, then go back to the Odyssey and maybe see, oh, maybe there's something new for me in Cascade Kingdom, or Cap Kingdom where I start. So they'll go back and then they'll get the little message saying like oh, look at the mysterious rock. And it encourages you to go find the rock, break it, and then go collect the moons, and then repeat with every single other kingdom until you get to Dark Side and Darker Side. And that's not even giving justice to how many moons are just in the normal game regularly. Like, you can collect like multiple, like 2 times the moons if you really wanted to for every kingdom. Like, you could play the game for like a long time and not even know about some of the moons on how well they're kind of, I wouldn't say hidden, but I would say how good they're placed. During playing Mario 64 and playing Mario Galaxy, it feels almost kind of lonely because you're just playing as Mario. You got no really companions, and it's just kind of, you're going through the game, doing what you need to do, and eventually get to the end by yourself. Mario Sunshine did it well with Flood, but Cappy is a really good companion because like we're playing Sunshine, Flood's just a robot. Like, you never really have that connection because, I mean, I know the ending is sad, but like you never really have a huge connection because it's just a robot. But with Cappy, you can kind of feel like it starts as this like timid like ghost that runs away from you and ends with like ready to fight Bowser. Okay, now that we've talked about Mario Odyssey, now with the future of it. This may seem controversial, but I don't want a Super Mario Odyssey 2. I think that the game ended off really well, and just adding another, Super Mario onto it at the Super Mario Odyssey onto the ending that already ended really well, it just kind of doesn't seem necessary almost. Like, for example, Breath of the Wild, another game we're going to talk about, kind of needed a sequel because you don't really get to see how it ends. Like, you fight Ganon, the giant pig boar Ganon, and you just kind of, you save Zelda, and that's kind of it. Like, you don't really get to see how the world that you just saved developed. And Tears of the Kingdom kind of shows you how society's kind of coming back together. But with Mario Odyssey, you do that more so during the story. Like, if you go for world peace and you beat all the bosses while you're going through, that's kind of how the game ends. Like, it kind of has that happy, oh, you solved everybody's problems ending. If they make up a new one, I mean, I know it would be cool to see more kingdoms, but like, I kind of want them to see them do something new. We don't want it to become another new Super Mario Bros. Situation. Now, that's not saying I don't want the game to get DLC. I know everybody's kind of given up hope because the game came out in 2017. Everybody's kind of, oh, this game's not getting DLC anymore because it's an older game. Or not an older game, but it's not one of the newest games. But I'm still hopeful because with the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out, they can do some pretty cool things with the new hardware and the new console. I think that not a sequel, but I think DLC for the game is kind of not completely out of the picture. And if it was, I would love to see a medieval kingdom where all the citizens are like gnomes or like magical like fairies or something, or retro like arcade kingdom where the huge emphasis on like 3D or the 2D Mario, and there's like a bunch of like kind of old game references, or maybe an already existing place in the Mario world like the Flower Kingdom, or somewhere like, I don't know, a baby park for Mario Kart. Wait, now thinking of that, an amusement park kingdom would be really cool. So, in conclusion, you should go play Mario Odyssey, or play it again if you have already played it. Oh, and if anybody is recruiting people for Mario Odyssey hide and seek, I'm always available.